take the kickoff at his own goal line, takes it at the 1. We'll head upfield to 20, 23, and that's where simple handoff in the backfield to Ganther, and he will lose a yard.
Incredible to have no missed assignments in all 7 games.
2nd and 11, out pattern, completed to the 30, and he will 3rd and 5 on the opening possession for Utah. Jackson back, has a receiver across the middle, will tuck it and take off. Has to get to the 34. It's the last outing against San Diego State. Handoff inside, trying to bounce it outside is Ganther. He won't get. 2nd and at least 9. Quick pass to the outside, 35. Oh no, was out last week and they ran right up the middle with the fullback. That's Air Force we're talking about. Here's Johnson, has the pass, has a receiver and can't get him. Low floating spiral, and Kirkland tries to get his hands on it. Touches the football. Did they get it back? Very damn weekend. Inside handoff to Jackson. It's Jackson to Jackson, and he will. 2nd and 12. Loss of 2 on the opening possession. This time Jackson will take it on his own. Keeps it up across the. Jackson rolling right. Has a receiver. Thinks better of it, and he will take the sack. Back. Beat out the scholarship punter, and he will just do a lateral rugby kick to the 30-yard line. It bounces off the helmet. Utah 29. Tremaine Kirkland in at quarterback, fakes the handoff and last week. Jackson back at quarterback. Looks in the end zone, gets some pressure, nearly has it picked up. 2nd and 10, this time the inside handoff, and he will give the football to Jackson, and he will be gang tackled. Jackson in motion. Talking about Eric Jackson. Jackson, the quarterback, getting some pressure, stays on his feet, has some running room, and he will just get barely back. The kick is up, and Guayo kicks it deep. And Castile will have it across the 15, 20, cuts it back again, and will have it across the 25-yard line as the ball 3-zip over Utah. Option here by Jackson. He pitches, makes the pitch. Out to the shotgun now for Utah. 2nd and short. Takes the inside handoff. Will take it himself. Scampers to the outside and will have plenty for the first. Back 2 years in high school. Thus the familiarity with the offense here. Again, the handoff to yards in all 7 games this year. Back up the pass. Gets some pressure. Will throw it away at a receiver and one hops it. 3rd and 7 for the Utes. Crossing route wide open across the middle out of San Jose, California, and gets a great punt off. That'll hit at about the 19-yard line. Bounce back, takes a UNLV bounce, and it'll be down at the 71. Pass outside to the big tight end of Stonklin back in. He's the receiver that was the option quarterback in high school. Makes the pitch, this time outside to Jackson, and he will be wide receiver, empty backfield, shotgun. They will motion Kirkland this time for the option. He gets the pitch, back at the 20. Can he turn the corner? No, he gets, this one is a mortar shot. Sending way back Brian Hernandez at the 17-yard line. He cuts it back, and it's wrapped up.
Those are clearly the top 2 teams.
Take handoff here, just looking upfield. Penalty comes into the backfield. Got a hold on the Wyoming and Colorado State battling for 2nd spot. Inside flanker screen, wide open, lots of running room. 45, that is Madsen again, and he shoved out of bounds. It's Snow. Inside handoff this time to Ganther, and he will get inside.
Big plays now, everybody converges.
Johnson out to Castile again, 30, dancing back, down to the 20. This is happening against the #1 rush defense in the conference. They get it out, this one incomplete to Quinton. Here we go, Johnson once again trying to get the option, will hold it himself, and for 3 on the day in 3rd down conversions. Get some pressure, got a receiver in the end zone, touchdown Utah.
Heads up down the street. The defender just doesn't back up as he runs a straight takeoff, perfect coverage. Protection for the quarterback. John Maston, 6'5", uses his height advantage. Easy touchdown pass.
Around to try to give the coverage, and the extra point by Beer. San Diego State here a couple of weeks ago. The other Jackson will take it, and he gets held up as one of the 4 wide receivers. Jackson looks, and there was some contact. That's why we didn't see a red flag there, even though the replay showed some contact. Jackson wide open across the middle. Down at the... Kirkland, the quarterback, he'll hand it off to Jackson, who breaks a tackle and will get down.
Especially midway in the season.
Kirkland in motion. He gets the pitch, and there's two Utes waiting on him up there in your year. 1 of 4 they are on third downs. Uh-oh, this is that pass. Back to the quarterback. They go to Jackson, wide open downfield, and he can't get there. He cuts it back. And his offensive lineman pushes him beyond the... First and 10 inside the 30. Jackson has to hurry because he gets... Jackson across the middle. Great catch. 38-yard line. Jackson has the pass again. That acrobatic catch a moment. Power running. And will turn and fake it inside. Wide open in the end zone. Touch. Snap is down. Try the sky kick. It's a very short kick. It bounces out of the hands of the receivers and will be kicked out of bounds by... Here is Johnson looking upfield, and he will fire it up. Have a receiver. That is Madsen. At about second and a couple after the gain of 8 on the completion to Madsen. Johnson again on the option. Fakes it, cuts it back. Has an opening, and he is nailed.
Texas. That game with Texas Tech, everybody was watching.
This time Johnson will cut it back. Tries to get outside over Michigan State, 49-14. This kind of offense you're watching right here. Big opening up the middle. Ganther cuts it back. And 18-pound senior. Johnson takes it.
Johnson has been groomed. He'll be a great quarterback at this offense. You're seeing the glimpse of him now.
Has all day to throw the football. Finds a receiver wide open in the end zone and make it. Beardall with the extra point. This time Jackson will get it a yard deep in his own end zone. Cuts it back. Has some running room. Has to beat one guy on the outside and will be smothered under it with 11 and a half to play. Inside handoff, wide open up the middle is Ronnie Smith. He's a speedster, 35-30, got to hustle. He is a track star.
He breaks through here and takes it quick. As soon as he hits it, he's gone. He's gone. Now, as fast as he is, he's a speedster. Brian McCain, number 3, check him out. Utah's got some...
Last year playing this year. Getting a signal off of his mic, and we'll try to adjust it as best we can. Here is Jackson, who takes the quarterback awfully well at 322 pounds.
Oh.
Pressure, back to the end zone. Oh! Out. Can't pull it off. Jackson gets some pressure, scampers away, will throw it toward the end zone and just throws it out of bounds. Sergio Aguayo, and the kick is up. And this one will go out of bounds, and
hit Las Vegas. Commissioner Stern made a bold move and brought it to Las Vegas, and just going to be great.
Jerry? Oh, thank you very much, Jim. Joe and Gavin Maloof. And make sure you give that ring back, Jim. Like, well, he was watching that ring as you're getting...
Cal rebuilding. They made the only team that has a chance to beat Southern Cal this year. They will beat Southern Cal in the championship game.
Bobbled snap. Johnson gets it. Fires a strike across the middle. Half yards on 2 punts today. And gets a short floater that Kirkland will take with it on to a 1-point lead. The quarterback with 4 wide receivers. Fakes the option. Kirkland will take off. Oh, tries to get a block from the outside. Great job. 3rd and 8 here. Five wide receivers. Jackson got plenty of time, looks upfield, finds a receiver, first down at the...
That's why they're 3 and 4 right now.
Gave him some extra yards. Here's Jackson going for the money pitch. They're battling upfield, making the... Jackson getting some pressure from the blitz. Package spins out of it, but can't escape.
Crazy here. I mean, this is a safe pass, because you can always punt the ball. Don't throw an interception.
There you go. Safe underneath for Kirkland. Oh, great block upfield. Oh, rugby kick, and he hits a spiral that'll hit at the 4-yard line. Final 5 minutes of the first half here, and we'll see if Brian Johnson can get unraveled a little bit here. Nice little pump fake. Almost gets out of offense. Brian Johnson out of Robert E. Lee High School in Texas ran this kind of option attack in high school. Cuts it back and will have it up near the... Obviously very effective in this offense. Inside handoff. Cutting it back outside, Mike Liddy. And he will dance.
There a lot of times. It's a tough place to come out with a victory.
Particularly when you just get there a couple hours before game time. And great efforts here in the first half. Got a one-point ball game here. Johnson has a receiver downfield at the 35. It is among those linebackers, and he looked like he is a little banged up. Has a receiver in the end zone, one-handed grab, and his numbers at 8, 10 of 15 passing for 142 yards. Completes that one inside to Madsen on the Johnson back to pass, looking toward the end zone, and great coverage.
Scored touchdowns. Let's see if they try to hammer it in now.
This has been the bane of Utah's existence this year. Is trying to, they got to put some beef back there. They give it to Ganther, and he doesn't get there. The UNLV defensive front, they were there as well. And this time he takes it, and he will. It's up and good, deep in the end zone, and he comes out. Tries to cut it back, has some running room, cuts it back 20, and will be down just below the 25. Flag comes in from. Got a hold on the up. Jackson wide open, Estandia across the middle, leaps over the defender. Time ticking away, and again they go to Estandia. He's their go-to. 5 wide receivers. Jackson not getting any pressure. This time we'll have it over to Kirkland, who's trying to get out of bounds, and he will hustle on the near side. Jackson gets a little pressure. Quick hit outside down to the 41. Jackson going upfield this time to Estandia, and he can't cut it back. His first year here under Sanford at UNLV. Jackson floats one out there and gets it picked off.
The quarterback doesn't need to make this throw. He lofts it up, and he's perfect position to make the interception.
Johnson looks upfield, and the clock ticking away. Just
fine job of running the scheme.
463 yards of total offense. Make it, well, I thought they add 40 more to it or 20 more to it, but they couldn't hold. Utah up by 8. And they will do just that. They heard you, coach. So just hand it off and let the clock up by 8. And they will do just that. They heard you, coach. So just hand it off and let the clock tick. And he's now the coordinator and was the defensive line coach. Final seconds of the first half as that floater heads back to Kirkland at his own 31. And he will get out of Guayo. Your kicker has good range. You get it to the 35. He can hit it from there. Short pass to Kirkland, who comes across and will try to get out of bounds. And will transfer. Got the big paw and the mask of Jackson. Pressure on Jackson, and he will go down. And Eric Jackson and Donnell Wheaton are back there. It'll be Jackson at his own goal line. Has an opening, cuts it back, and will be down at
25 yards. And Eric Jackson is the guy.
5 yards on 5 kicks. See if they're going to come back in this one. Inside handoff to Jackson. He sidesteps a tackle and gets out. You understand why he didn't play much for 3 years. Here Jackson again, and trailing at 8 at halftime. Jackson, the quick hitter, and nearly gets it picked off. He throws by Facer. It's a high, short floater of a kick. It'll hit at the 37 and take a Utah bounce. And Bosch for 45 yards in the first half. It was sensational throwing the football. This time Ganther will get it.
They've got a couple of good Drews out there. Drew Olson and Maurice Drew, running back and quarterback.
Option to Ganther, and Utes are 4 for 8 on third down conversions here. And Johnson will take it himself, cuts it back. We'll have the first down, and Staggs out with an ankle and Achilles sprain. So they're sort of shorthanded defensively today. For Brian Johnson. As he will float it out to Ganther, who cuts it back, has some running room. It's a foot race, 10-5, and he will tumble down. Well, we'll see what happens with the red zone here. They were 1 for 1 in the red zone in the first half, make it 2 for 2. Andy Ludwig, the offensive coordinator, and by Donnell Wheaton at his own 5. He'll cut it back, and flags come in from field. A little different formation than we've seen today. Here is Jackson, the quick toss inside. Receiver Gondia will get the call as they will try the option pitch. And Kirkland will be shoved out of bounds. Been sacked 3 times today, all 3 coming in the first half. Here's some pressure, gets it unloaded, and making the catch upfield is Out of California, here they go again. This time Jackson will take it on the quarterback draw, steps through an opening, and will get up. A stand in motion. They will give it inside to the tailback. Quick pitch. Oh, he can't hold the football, and Jackson
Didn't do anything to help.
And another sky kick down the Utes up by 15 here. Starting in the shadow of their own goal line. Bullet pass upfield.
And the offensive line is just not getting it done, and he let them know under no uncertain terms. Jerry?
Well, absolutely. Also had Tremaine Kirkland, remember, who's played some quarterback. As you watch the option by Johnson and the pitch to Ganther, who cuts it back and has some running room. Off to the races, 25-20, cuts it back, and Ganther will score for Utah. California.
It all starts there. Ganther working around. Look at the great block by Maston at wide receiver that opened up right there. John Maston, not only a great...
Extra point is up to UNLV. Jackson on his own goal line. Quick toss behind Jackson, and he can't hold on. Laser pure option. We'll see what he can do. And he takes it off himself, tries to cut it back, tries to find the seam, and will not. Jackson. Third and long, up the field, wide open at the 45, has some running and cuts it back. Corey Anderson, the freshman speedster, still cutting it back, using his blocker, and is shoved out. Rebels threatening here, looking for the end zone. Kirkland fending off the receiver. Shovel pass inside to Jackson, and he will be right. First and 10 for UNLV. Got some action going offensively. Jackson looks for a little run. Jackson looks across the middle. Touchdown. UNLV.
And he's passionate about this offense. He's truly passionate about the spread option.
Thanks, John. BYU up early in that ball game at Notre Dame, and hadn't quite a tough from over with these kind of offenses. They can strike in a hurry. Bobell gets some pressure, and the pass is thrown upfield. Inside handoff to Ganther. He will go straight ahead on the football field. And Johnson comes out of that scrum with the football, takes off down the field, has some running room, and is caught from behind. Study for Alex Smith, the best player in college football a year ago. In terms of west of the Mississippi. Oh, great run. Staying on his feet, Brent. We mentioned they're missing a couple of big guys up front who are out for injury. This one the toss to Ganther. He will add to that total around the corner, and Ganther will score.
Let's see if we can show you right here. You're seeing the great block out here. Lock him up, turn him out. Now there's the crack. Poor angles by Miklos here. Poor angle by Joe Miklos. That's the second time on that same play. He could have made the tackle on both plays.
Say the focus here was to get everyone focused, not to blame somebody. Great second. By virtue of a long slant pass. Pressure. There's the slant again to the same guy, Corey Anderson, and he has a receiver downfield wide open, and he can't hang on.
Timeout was called because his son, Mike Sanford, also named the same, didn't get the play in on time, so there was a couple.
College football from the coaching standpoint. Third and 10. Jackson getting pressure, has to get rid of it, or else he'll go down. The Utah coaches are pleading the fact that they thought the pass was overthrown.
Can get you into at least the fourth quarter.
Kirkland running near side, and will throw it upfield, and has the ball there, almost a 42-20 margin, entering the fourth and final stanza here. Jackson will get down.
They're in a great situation now, is if they'll just play 15 more minutes.
Third and 4, and that pass to the big guy, the tight end. He battles his way forward. He should have the. You get hit in the ribs like that, it's hard to even take a deep breath. Hands it off inside. Big opening inside for Jackson. Cuts it back near side down at the 25. Inside the handoff to Jackson again. Great push up front. Kelly Talavu been back there about every other play. 10th play of the drive. Jackson throwing downfield for the receivers today. Jackson in the backfield. Pressure coming on Jackson. He will throw it away as the flags come in.
Caused the same damage.
All right, get picked from for a touchdown. Pressure on Jackson. He wants to throw it quickly. And down at about the 21 goes on Jackson, who's hurting with those ribs. He throws the football, and it is picked off. And we'll try to grind out some clock.
He'll make some mistakes. They do get after him, but he hasn't made a lot of mistakes.
Here's Johnson taking it up, and he will much clock as they can and get out of here with the win. Flags come in from the side. Panthers. That pass complete to about the 20
runs.
Certainly had a workhorse day as they get the ball this time to Brent Castile. And just off the outstretch. Oh, a high floater sending Kirkland back to his own 23. And remember, they are unbeaten at home, and they've had some incredible comebacks this year.
The coach in the Fiesta Bowl, he was prevented from coaching by the university and by the powers that be, and he did not get on. And I guess if they would send him a ring, he sure would take it.
Well, I have an opinion on that coach in the last year's first. Yeah, they want to get him back by the BYU game. And that pitch to Jackson. And they should have been allowed to coach in the bowl game. They wouldn't probably have gotten there without the great expertise and effort they put in. And when you have yards, can UNLV keep the drive alive, the handoff, and fighting through? No, he won't get 4th and 1. Got to keep it alive, trying to get some points in a hurry. The gutsy Jackson completes the pass, and Eric Jackson.
Let's see if Utah can finish the 4th quarter. No, it's not going to mean the outcome of the game. But remember how we talked about
not one away. Jackson hanging in, and the receiver is held, and that was.
This time he just jumped the slant. Knows the slant's coming. He jumps inside, and now he won't let him come in. Can't do that.
1st and goal from the 9. Jackson will keep it, and the last thing he needs, Kelly Talabou and the guys up front. Jackson, and the receiver is pushed out in the end zone. A defensive tackle in at tight end to try to produce a block, and
I believe.
There's the big defensive lineman, Jacob Hales, in for blocking, and here goes Jackson, and he won't get there. Opponents. 3rd and goal, Jackson leaps across, push the football out there, and no signal. Again, Hales, the defensive tackle, in at tight end. And will run right behind Hales, and Jackson will score. Jackson pump fakes it, and they were going to call a flag in the end zone, going to call a hold. Played to get it done. Jackson on the rollout, getting some pressure, throws it in the end zone, and it's intercepted.
And how to keep it down to 2 scores.
Onside kick is recovered by Utah. 500 yards of total offense, and they will add to it here in the final few minutes as they complete that pass to Madsen again. Inside handoff again. And this is Liddy, who is the backup to the backup.
Could be the little sneaky one in there.
By the way, UCLA just beat Oregon State, so add another win in their column. Missouri had a big win today over Nebraska. And here is Johnson trying to stay in bounds and keep the. And a low end over end kick. They couldn't after beating Oklahoma. They struggled against SMU. Jackson throws to Jackson. It ricochets be a very bright future for this offense here at UNLV.
Well, I think without a doubt.
Jackson in motion, 4 wide receivers. Jared Jackson has a receiver downfield. The tight end comes down with it for the first time. Who upset Louisville. They're in Morgantown. And Jackson gets hammered again.
And just get rid of the football. Here they come.
It comes another blitz, and oh, Jackson gets net. Here is Kirkland, and he will try to. 4th and 21 here for UNLV, trying to get it upfield, and all kinds of flags coming in. They got some holes in the offensive line, and here is Kirkland reversing his field. If he gets to the side, he has some running room. He gets to the side and still stays in bounds. And coaching as intensely as he has at the beginning of the game. Throws the football upfield, and Jack. That pass complete. And down to the 40. It'll be a couple yards. Twice this year, they have somehow snatched defeat from victory. And that one just thrown up for grabs. and playing a little football in addition. Oh, can't quite. You know they're coming every time. Jackson gets decent protection this time. Has a receiver at the tight end inside the 10-yard.
Is going to be open.
Standia, 113 yards, 9 seconds on the clock. So they get it done in the final minutes. 14th play of the drive, and the slant is overthrown. Oh, almost picked off on the rebound.
Throw the ball high to him.
Yeah, 2 guys on the Standia right there. He's headed toward the end of the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown. Great call, coach. Motion this time. Jackson floods the zone with receivers. Cuts it back. He has to beat 1 guy to get in, and he fumbles the defensive tackle. Still almost got there. And flags in. It's probably going to be offside.
With no timeouts left, they'll be able to run the clock out. UNLV